It's been a very long time. Actually, it's probably been a year and some change since the last time I've made a video. And so this is one of the things where it kind of makes me feel like, man, should I even update? Do I even want to update? And I said, you know what, fuck it. Last time you saw me, I made a story time pretty much about like this old man and pedophiles and weird shit that happened while I was in Japan. My second time going there. But since then, a lot of personal things have happened, and so I'm just gonna do this whole video from like an update point of view, and then like mindset changes that have been like super beneficial for me, being that, you know, I'm a young adult now and everything else. So updates first, right? I graduated from college. Yay! I have my teacher certification. Yay! I teach first grade. Yay! I went to Japan a third time, which is really fun, by the way. Yay. I actually got a job teaching in Japan as an English teacher, which I mean is pretty basic. You know, you see a lot of people on YouTube doing that crap all the time, but it was on accident and I didn't take it. Yeah, so a lot of the people that kind of like do this whole Japan channel thing are always trying to figure out ways to get themselves out there to like living a life where they are in Japan, like they're living in Japan, they're doing Japanese stuff, they're like speaking Japanese and all that good stuff, right? The third time I went, I applied because I said, why the hell not? And I ended up getting an interview in Shirokane, Tokyo, 2 hours away from where I was staying at the time. And so it was by accident. I wasn't expecting to do any of this. It was really on a whim. I went, I got the job, I accepted the job, I came back to the States, and then I said, fuck. I didn't even think that I want to do this anymore. Not because being there wasn't something that I always wanted. Like, anyone who's known me for a very long time have known that I've studied Japanese for like 11 to 12 years now, and I love Japan and everything else. So it wasn't the fact that I didn't want to go and I didn't see the pizzazz in starting my young adult life over there. It's just, I was like, what if I stay here and I just make the better, more mature decision? I don't know. Like, I just didn't feel like going over there would have been the mature decision. I have student loans. Okay, there was things that I wanted to accomplish. And one of the things I am really about is being debt-free and financial freedom and all that other stuff. So I said, well, instead of going out there, why don't I stay here, work as a teacher, pay my student loans off, and be proud of myself that way. And for a long time, you know, I was kind of going back and forth, and I eventually told the people in Japan that, hey, I was no longer interested in the job, and I ended up staying here and teaching elementary, and this is my first year teaching. But I say all of this to say, as like an update video, that it was kind of like, once I actually got what I thought I wanted, I realized that that's not necessarily what I wanted. And I also realized other values that I kind of held higher than what I thought. Kind of going back and forth in my head like, hey, maybe am I going to regret not taking the job? What if I feel FOMO? What if I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so lame because I'm just like a regular, you know, elementary school teacher? And quite frankly, that's not the case. There are people who are teachers and police officers and firemen and plumbers and entrepreneurs and everything else, and people who are influencers. All jobs are important. We all need them in society, and none of the jobs are necessarily more, I feel, valuable than the other. What makes it valuable for you is whether or not doing that job gives you happiness. And so, do I find happiness in teaching? Yes. Do I regret going over there? No. And here's why. At first I did. But when it comes to FOMO, I looked at it like, if you have two options, either do this or I can do this, right? If I do this, okay, with all the amazingness that I get from this experience beat any other type of opportunity, that I would have gotten from doing this? Yes. Then if I decide to do this, will everything I decide to do, since I didn't decide to do this, beat this? Excuse me. And I said, well, yeah. So as long as whatever you're doing makes not doing the other thing worth it, then does it matter? I said, okay, if since I'm not choosing the dream job, is this worth it? And I'm like, well, yeah, because I'm still doing something cool. I'm still doing something that's very important to me. And so all of those feelings of, wow, like I just gave up my whole dream or whatever, kind of just went out the window. This is what's important to me. And yeah, you can decide to do other things. You can be thinking, oh, what would my life be like if I did this instead of that? Yeah, but as long as what you're doing right now is like worth that decision, and like you can still pat yourself in the back like, hey, well, in 2020 I did like 6 awesome things, you know, like I like being that person. Like this year I did this, and this, you know, and yeah, I may not have chosen to go over there, but I'm still accomplishing so much by not choosing to go over there. And that was kind of like the thing that canceled everything out for me. This is an update video. Yes, this is kind of me, you know, talking about the fear of missing out and dream jobs in Japan and like figuring out what you want. But definitely, I think the biggest takeaway for y'all who are watching this is to remember that like happiness is the goal, right? Happiness is the goal, and you're going to change your mind. Things take time, and that's okay. That is a-okay. So yeah, anyways, y'all have a good day. Thanks for watching.